When I was at the Avon Foundation in learning how to do creative writing, it's a charity in England, and they have week-long creative writing courses. And when I was writing my first book, I went there twice for 1 week. And one of the authors that I met there, whose name was Jim Crace, read my work and he said, you know, this is good. I think one day you're going to get published. But, and I thought, oh no, what's he going to say? And at the time, I liked writing very long and beautiful sentences. And he said to me, you know, there's nothing wrong with the short, percussive sentence. And I had been trying to make every word as beautiful as it could be, and my sentences were very melodious and full of beautiful rhythm, but they were all very, very long and beautiful. And he taught me how important it is to alternate and to put in some very short sentences, very short and very simple. And I think what I was doing before, I was imagining that if I wanted to make something beautiful, every word had to be a diamond. And he taught me that actually you need, you know, sometimes one diamond in plain gold is more beautiful than diamonds everywhere. Diamonds everywhere is just bling. So I think my writing was a bit bling before I met him. Oh, do you know there's a wonderful American book. It was written, I think it came out in 1939. It was written by a very young woman. I think she started writing it when she was 19 and it was published when she was 21 or 22. And when you read it, you think it must have been written by a wise, ancient person, because it has so much beauty and humanity in it. It's an extraordinary achievement, and I still think it is the best book I've ever read. And it's called The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, and I love it. I do wish I was the kind of writer who could write that, but I'm not. I'm not. So I have to be content with writing the books that I can write. No, but I do have, my dreams have changed since I became a writer. Most people's dreams and the dreams I used to have are quite surreal, and they jump without explanation from one thing to another. But the dreams I have now are more like stories, and they have a beginning and a middle and an end, and they connect. They're like a proper little story. And I wish I knew why that was. I would like to know if other writers, I would like to know if that happens to other writers. I assume it's to do with the fact that my working life, I'm constantly organising things that are apparently random into a story structure, and perhaps that part of my brain continues that work automatically with the material of my dream. That's my very unprofessional theory as to why it's happening. But of course it might not be that at all. But it's peculiar. I wish someone who understood it could explain it to me. Oh. No, do you know bad things happen in stories? So, no, I wouldn't, because the thing with being the author is you're in charge, and you can make bad things happen, and then you can make it good again at the end. But if you're the character, you just have to submit to fate, don't you? So no, I'll be the author. I'm reading a Dickens novel. It's the one he was working on when he died, so it's not finished. It's called The Mystery of Edwin Drood, and it's a murder story. So the person who has to be murdered has been murdered. I think it's fairly clear who the murderer is, but of course the novel isn't finished, so we can't know how Dickens planned to expose the murderer at the end. So it's a very curious reading experience, because when you start a book knowing that it's not finished, as a reader, your brain is doing overtime and is working doubly hard to pay attention, because you think the author is not here to complete the story for me, I'm going to have to do it. So you read so closely and you pay attention to every single detail in case that's the detail that matters. Oh, the one about the woman who fell in love with the strange fish? Yes! Oh, I love that film. I love it. I went to it with a friend, and when we came out, we turned to each other and we said, right, from now, we only date fish. There's a Catalan band called Manel, and I listen to them a lot. I don't know what the words mean. I don't, but I just love the music. It makes you want to move. And when your job is a lot of sitting down and typing, you really need to move. So if my thinking gets stuck, if I get stale, I can do two things. I can either go for a walk by the river, but if the weather's really bad, I put Manel on and I dance to sort of, if you move, it can get your brain working creatively again. Yes, but only once. You do it once and then you say never again. Yes, I still remember the book and I still remember the name of the person I lent it to who didn't give it back. Thank you. What a lovely interview.